and eventually occupied the highest constitutional office of the nation. Yet despite all these achievements, he remained remarkably simple, humble, and very special thing, that accessible to all. That perhaps is what makes his life so extraordinary. Dr. Kalam did not allow success to make him distinct from the ordinary people. Instead, success made him more committed to serving them. His life teaches us that greatness is not born in privilege, but in perseverance, not in comfort, but in courage, and not merely in achievement, but in serving to humanity and the nation. Of course, here are many achievements that we can mention when we speak about Dr. Kalam. But the time frame I have been given restricts me to sum up in shortest possible time. Few characters I would like to mention. For a leader, I may say the golden words he uttered. And for that, I would like to mention one of the event, and that is for the students. I hope you are attentive enough to hear me. In 1979, there's a very important aspect of his life. In 1979, Dr. Kalam was the project director of the India's first experimental SLV-3 mission. The launch did not success because of a malfunctioning in the second stage. Following the failure, the then chairman of ISRO, Professor Satish Dhawan, took responsibility before the media. But the following year, when the SLV-3 successfully placed in Rohini satellite into orbit, Professor Dhawan asked Dr. Kalam and his team to face the press and share the success with the nation. Dr. Kalam later remembered this as one of the greatest lessons in leadership he had ever received. He said, "A true leader accepts the responsibility when the team fails and gives the credit to the team when it succeeds." What a profound lesson for all of us. It tells us that the leadership is not about claiming credit. Leadership is about accepting responsibility, building team, encouraging people, and allowing others to shine. One more incident I would like to mention. That Dr. Kalam once saw children suffering from polio, struggling to walk and with heavy calipers. These devices weighed nearly 3 kilograms. He wondered whether the lightweight material developed for missile technology could be adapted to make these calipers lighter. His team worked on the idea, and eventually the weight of the caliper was brought down to 300 grams. Children who had struggled to walk were now able to walk, run, and even ride bicycle with much greater ease. That shows his zeal of transformation. Dr. Kalam had contributed to some of the India's most important scientific and technological achievements, but he regarded the happiness of those children as something deeply special. This incident tells us something very important. My dear children, please note, knowledge reaches its highest purpose when it reduces human suffering. Technology becomes meaningful when it improves a life. Science becomes noble when it serves humanity. A success becomes truly worthwhile when it brings a smile to someone who is suffering. This is particularly meaningful for the social workers present here. Your contribution may not always make headlines. नासिर साहब ये सोशल वर्कर्स के लिए है जो आप बहुत करते हैं। आई वुड ये डॉक्टर APJ अब्दुल कलाम साहब की पुण्यतिथि मना लेना एक बड़ा काम ज़रूर है, लेकिन उनकी टीचिंग्स को अपनी ज़िंदगी में उतार पाए अगर हम, तो ये हमारी सच्ची श्रद्धांजलि होगी। और इसलिए मैं ये बात उन तमाम समाज सेविकाओं के सामने कह रहा हूँ, फिर मैं रिपीट कर रहा हूँ कि डॉक्टर साहब का अपना व्यू क्या था। ए सक्सेस बिकम्स worthwhile when it brings a smile to someone who is suffering. This is particularly meaningful for a social workers present here. Your contribution may not always make headlines. Your work may not always receive recognition, but every life you improve, every person you support, and every smile you bring has enormous value. A noble aspect of Dr. Kalam's personality was his extraordinary love for children. Dr. Kalam was a scientist who dealt with satellites, missiles, complex technology, and challenges. He became the President of India. He received some of the highest honors and the country could bestow. But ask people what they remember most fondly about him, then many will tell you about his behavior with children. He loved interacting with the students. He listened to their questions and genuine interest and encouraged them to dream. He understood something fundamental. The future of India is not in buildings, institutions, or machines. It is in the minds and character of young people. He often encouraged children to dream big, acquire knowledge, develop confidence, and never be afraid of failure. And that brings me especially to the young students. Dr. Kalam's life is a message to every one of you. Never believe that your background determines your future. Few words I would like to add. For the students, I may say, do not afraid to dream simply because your circumstances appears difficult. Dream big. But remember that a dream becomes meaningful only when it is followed by hard work, discipline, knowledge, and perseverance. You will experience failure in life. Everyone does. But failure is not the opposite of success. Failure can be a teacher on the road to success. This is what Dr. Abdul Kalam said. Learn from it, rise again, and continue your journey. And above all, remember that education is not merely about securing a good career. Education should make us better human beings. Dr. Kalam gives us another important message. Professional excellence should not be measured merely by salary, designation, power, or status. True excellence lies in the difference our work makes into society. Whenever profession chooses, whatever profession we choose, science, medicine, education, law, administration, business, technology, or any other field, we should strive for excellence while remaining conscious of our responsibility towards our fellow citizens. Dr. Kalam demonstrated that professional achievements and humanity can exist together. Dr. Kalam's life reminds us of dignity of service. Service is not always about doing something extraordinary. Sometimes it is simply about standing beside someone when they need support, giving them to someone who is lonely, helping a child discover an opportunity, or giving hope to someone who has almost lost it. The joy that Dr. Kalam found in seeing those children walking free tells us that the greatest reward is sometimes what not we receive, but what we give. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot of things to be said about this great personality, but I would like to sum up